So potentially more of that getting into tomorrow. It's a first alert weather day overnight through about 10 o'clock in the morning. Main concern here is for freezing rain moving in after 9 o'clock. So over the next several hours, we will see more of that freezing rain on the map. Thursday morning, mix of freezing rain and rain before sunrise. So slick spots certainly looking likely here. Closures and delays possible. Not overly concerned about widespread power outages, but a few sporadic power outages if we can get close to a quarter-inch of ice in some areas. So that's obviously concerning there. Right now, things are still pretty quiet, but of course, the wider picture, and you saw this at the beginning of the show, a lot of ice, and it is accumulating on trees and on power lines south of Columbus. Now, I'm watching this stuff north and east of Indianapolis because this is what's going to be drifting into our area over the next several hours. You might see a little snow initially and then more freezing rain than anything else. So exactly how much ice should you expect, and will we see any snow accumulation with this system? We'll talk about that, and we'll look ahead to another system coming in for the weekend in my first alert forecast.
Later on tonight.
Yeah, we're going to have like after 10 o'clock, this big area of freezing rain coming in, which we haven't seen this, all throughout the winter. It's either been crazy cold or we've been dealing with snow, right? We haven't really dealt with widespread icing issues. So tonight through tomorrow, first alert weather days. Freezing rain, of course, can cause a lot of issues. So can snow, but you can see snow accumulating with your eyes, right? Sometimes it's a little bit tougher to see ice. So here's the timing on this freezing rain coming in after 9 p.m. from the south and west. So we'll see it first around Mansfield and then over into Holmes County and then eventually up into the Cleveland area by like midnight. Look at this, 2 o'clock in the morning. Very messy out there. So overnight travel not recommended. Now, I know that it's not always possible to just avoid getting in the car and going somewhere, right? Sometimes you work a late shift or you have to be out in the evening for whatever reason. Just please give yourself lots of time. I wouldn't be tailgating this evening or tomorrow morning. Really shouldn't be doing that ever, right? But especially with the weather like this, increase that following distance with this freezing rain moving through. So by sunrise tomorrow, there's not much precip left except a few residual little areas of drizzle, maybe some patchy freezing drizzle. So I do want you to still use caution, even if it is not actively precipitating at 7:30, 8 o'clock. There's still going to be slick spots out there. Potential for closures and delays. I would expect probably more delays than closures because we are going to be warming into the 40s. So the afternoon will be fine. It's actually going to be a lot warmer than the last couple of days. It'll be really windy though. So in the afternoon, no threat for slick spots. But in the morning, ice accumulation, this is a serious thing. This is generally a glaze of ice. So for most of us, it's less than a quarter inch. But I do think there will be isolated higher totals. This particular model, this is our in-house computer model. And it's been really optimistic around just less than a quarter inch of ice for places like Norwalk and Medina, and that could lead to some brief power outages. I certainly don't think everyone is going to lose power. This is not a crushing ice storm, but when you have ice accumulating on power lines, you do run that risk. So we would ask that you keep your necessary devices charged just in case.